In the last 3 years, we have seen unprecedented changes in society. These changes challenge every major paradigm that has shaped our lives, nations, cultures, and communities. It is during times like these that we turn inward for truth. I too began to question the meaning of my existence and the meaning of success. Often, through these quiet, contemplative reflections, we come to find our purpose, our giftings, and even, as some would say, our calling in life. I choose to use my gifts in the service of goodness for the collective. After spending nearly 3 decades in the world of direct marketing, I have witnessed broad spectrum of changes in our industry. Having built a global organization that generated billions of dollars in sales, I have learned invaluable lessons in business and in life. I have been called to start a project that honors 2 words: love and contribution. I am building a global community that is focused on the well-being of everyone around us, physically, financially, and spiritually. With that said, get ready, for you're about to be a part of something meaningful, fun, and genuinely profound. It is time to get excited and rise to the calling of something far greater than what has been. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna show you and peek in a piece of my life. I'm right here on a trail in Sedona, and what you're looking at is Thunder Mountain. That's Chimney Rock. And as I go on to my hike, you see in front of me, well, in a second, you see in front the big rock, big rock. I'm gonna pan in. That's Courthouse. And right next to it, that's Cathedral Rocks. And now we're back in the beautiful nature, the trail, which I haven't been for 1 year. I'm so glad. Ever since we launched 3, this is my first time on the land, on the trail. So, and above me right here, that is a gorgeous coxcomb. I'm on the other side of coxcomb. Well, I thought that I would play this little video so that you get to see a part of my life and what I do. You know, what an incredible business platform that we got to be anywhere and build everywhere with just a phone. And truly, the business landscape has changed so much that when you're willing to work it, when you're willing to expand your horizon, and as we turn the corner, you just never know what you're gonna find. I mean, look at this. As we turn, it's like life, right? As we turn the path, you never know what you're gonna run into, and you get different perspective of a view of different things that we're looking at. So I thought I'd take a chance and show you this, that when we're really ready to embrace life and embrace a journey, just be excited what's in front of you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. What a beautiful Tuesday. So welcome to our weekly doses of nourishment, our weekly doses of empowerment. And I do hope that you enjoy that little video. It's been a long time since I had the chance to go to hike on the land, and that's so good to be back here. And so I want to welcome everyone and thank you for tuning in for our weekly Empowerment Tuesday. Because we're in the United States and it's Tuesday here. I know that we got people that are tuning in Australia, in Asia, and I know it's a Wednesday for you guys. But I want to welcome and I want to thank you. And so
As a matter of fact, we had just finished an incredible run for this company. We just closed our books for March this year, and not quite one full year of our official launch, because we officially launched a company in May, and so in March we broke all records last month. I can't believe we're in April already. Today's April 2nd. So anyway, thank you for all you do. And so a lot of people are up ranking and breaking records. And I want to share this is that, it seemed like, it's a record month, but truly, it's been a project of 1 year. There are many, many people that have been working and put the blinders on, and they have been working for the last year. And a lot of times in our business, to me, it is a business, but it's also a daily practice, right? And so when we are building and practicing our businesses, when times or when the results are not meeting our expectations, those are the times that we're building our character. And so what I like to do is this. Today the topic is as I look at our business model, and a lot of the people, and I want to say this today. The topic is, to me, it's like having the opportunity to build a multi-billion-dollar company, is that we look at building businesses, at least I do, in a different light, not in a conventional way. And so a lot of times, and after, traveling around the world and meeting different people from different walks of life and different, different background, different age group. And I really, and as I studied, what makes in the same platform, what makes some people successful and what makes people that are kind of like, stuck at where they are at. And that is the how we define our role in which we play in life, in which not only we play in life, but the role that we participate in any choice of career. And so it's a fascinating topic to me. Is that, it's as if we are actually peeking behind the curtain of success, and having had the opportunity to done some work in my life, and I really want to take the time to share that topic with you guys. And so, but before I do that, I want to say this, is that I'm truly excited that the trajectory, the where we're going, this company, we are truly in the progress of building a $1 billion brand. We're completely on that trajectory. And, this is a unicorn project, not only in our space, but it's what's happening around the world. And so, and I believe in the business world, it doesn't matter in our industry or outside of our industry. Every decade or every 2 decades, there's a unicorn company, a unicorn project that will come about. And you are looking at one, and you are being with one. So congratulations. It's not too often in life that we have an opportunity to be a part of a $1 billion project at its infancy. After a year, I think this is where from infancy, we're positioning, we're gearing up for the concentration phase of any business. So concentration phase, meaning, after the first phase, after the company launched, and then they do a test run, see what's working, what's not working, and what's gaining traction. And then we hone in on what's working. And so we are in the concentration phase, and I'm super excited. And so thank you for being a part of this journey. So what I want to talk about here today is the how do we define the role that we're in? And so, and most people, like I was many years ago, before I became an entrepreneur, I was working a job. So the role that I quote unquote chose. Some people are very advanced and more aware, so they consciously chose the role to play in life. But me, it was more of a conditioning and a programming that it was a habitual choice back at those days to be an accountant. I was an accountant. So the role that we play is very important. And so it took me someone to lay me off, lay me off as an accountant. Then I went on to choose a different role. So now I want you to think about this in your whole adulthood, right? the education, society, whatever roles that you're playing. I don't know, maybe some people are playing a role in the career as a nurse, right? Or healthcare professional. Maybe some people, chef, okay? Maybe fireman, or maybe postal worker, right? Or maybe a contractor, a builder. So a lot of times, whatever, this is so important. I want to take time to talk about this because in my opinion, doing business, building business consciously, it is a spiritual practice. And so we're going to dissect a little bit going behind the scene from a human dynamic. Why is after working with tens and hundreds of thousands of people around the world, this is what I get. Most people are so identified with their identity, with the role that they play. For example, if you are I don't know, a contractor, okay? So you spend your entire adulthood as a contractor. And our ego, our mind are so identified with it, the ego, the mind, is like a hook. This is a hook. It hooks it. Well, hopefully I don't break this little gadget. It hooks it, say, I am a contractor. Or it hooks it is, I am see this, or I am a nurse, or I don't know, I'm a scientist, or I'm a doctor, or I'm a housekeeper, or I'm a housewife. So we identify ourselves with that role, and therefore everything we do, it's a pattern. Habitually, we play up to that role. Now, my question to you is, are you happy with the role that you're playing? Most of these roles, these roles, oh, this guy's upside down. There we go. Most of these roles, they work a plan called 40, 40, 20. Well, now it's more like 10 or 15, okay? What does that mean, 40, 40, 20? You work 40 hours a week for 40 years, then you're going to retire of 20%, and maybe 15% of what you used to make. As many of you know, my dad is 97 years old. My dad's retirement is $331. I don't know how an old man can live of, I mean, not old man, a young man, whatever man, can live of 300 somewhat dollars a month. And I want you to think about this. So these are the things that most people identify with in the past. But I truly believe there's no awakening happening. We are awakened to this pattern, these roles that we were so programmed or conditioned. I mean, maybe you conscientiously chose your role. But for me, after 4 years of college, I was an accountant, right? I was in an accounting major. Then I identified with that role. That's what I do. I go every day to work and work as an accountant. And it took someone to interrupt that pattern, to take that role away from me, to say, okay, now I enter a platform, I become an entrepreneur. So when you become an entrepreneur, we have to learn to shed some of the habitual patterns that no longer serve us. So my question to you, when you engage in this platform, what role you want to play, not only in this platform, but what roles you want to play in life? How do you want to step into your life? We all know about the superhero movies, right? And so, and I want to, the superhero movies is like, an ordinary person like Spider-Man or Wonder Woman or whatever, an ordinary, seemingly ordinary individual. But when they put on their cape, when they put on when they wear a different, when they step into a different role in their life, they become Wonder Woman, Superwoman. And so with that, I'm going to show you one of my favorite characters in the movie. So look at this. Who's this? Doctor Strange, right? Now, I know some people might not be a Marvel fan. Well, you may be familiar with Superman. So when you, as an ordinary individual, you're a regular doctor, but you put on a suit of Doctor Strange, what would you act? How would you act? Or you are Captain Marvel, okay? So how would you act? What would you be? It is now we all have a conscious choice on how we want to step into life. what kind of role you want to play, what role you want to be. You know, it's one thing before someone pointed out to you, but now when that's called out, you become aware of it. You have a choice to step into your power. We just interrupted your pattern. For me, it took someone to lay me off, to interrupt my pattern, to step into put on a cape, like this is Dr. Strange's cape. I put on a cape as an entrepreneur. Now, is it easy? No, there's a journey. The journey, what I call BCD. What is BCD? While you're building your business, while you're working on building your business as a practice, because it builds your character, right? So building your business is B. Then you work it, you work it, it builds your character. And as you're building your character, guess what it builds? It builds your destiny. BCD. It built while you're working on building your business, it builds your character. As you build your character, then you're working on building your destiny. And so there's a saying, once seen, it cannot be unseen. So today, I hope this talk, it's like people go, what does it have to do with business? These are the fundamental principles that conventional businesses never teach you. Conventional schools never teach about entrepreneurship. And I would say this, you would travel in different platforms. No platform would go about and teaching this. Because for me, the last 30 years, not only was an entrepreneur, I was a student of life, not only about, achieving success, but really, really like stay grounded and say, you know what, how did I got here? And as once you have a little success in life, as you observe people around you, it is quite profound. It's one thing when you read things from a book, but it's when you get it at a cellular level, when you get it at a much deeper level, it became profound discovery. So part of this Tuesday talk, Empowerment Tuesday, is bringing that behind the scene things, the things that you can't get it at school. You don't get it at universities. You don't get it at most business schools. But and these are the elements. And I could only do that because I was in the trenches and I still am in the trenches, working with entrepreneurs from all over the world. And so it truly has been a tremendous blessing. Now, the good news is that whatever we were hooked on, I'm a fireman. Okay, this is what I do. This is what I know how to do. Well, the beauty of that is that that's what we were conditioned to hooked on. The beauty of that is you can actually unhook it, and hook it to a you step into your superpower. You could be anything. I mean, think about, I might said this over and over and over again. Mom and dad brought 4 girls to America. We were living in a 1-bedroom. 4 girls were sleeping on the floor on a blanket, on a piece of blanket. Very small apartment. What are the odds? What are the odds for a regular human being to have the opportunity and the blessing to amass the abundance and truly live a life of purpose? So I just wanted to take that as the role that we identify ourselves with. What is your role? What role you want to play in your life? Not only a 3. What if you were given a choice and you give yourself the permission, that choice to step into a role that you want, into your higher self, into someone that beyond what you thought was possible. So that is definition of your role. What kind of role you want to play? And so I think that's ultra important. These superpower being, this superpower, whatever, they all were normal human beings. Well, at least from the, from the movies, right? And so, but sometimes movie have hidden meanings if you're willing to go into depth to digest and to process that information. It's very symbolic, right? I mean, some of you guys heard about the movie Matrix, right? I mean, to break away, to unhook yourself from whatever paradigm, whatever role that we were taught, is to get away from the matrix and to pursue what life has to offer. So the role that and so my question to you is, as you're engaging in this platform, it's a platform of life. So what role you want to play in your life? And so and the other thing, so I hope that's clear. So the good news is whatever role that we were so identified with, now that you have the choice to unhook that and hook on a more powerful role that you want to play. Okay, that you want to step into in your life. So, and the other thing I want to share with you is this. You know, a lot of people ask, well, how is this a spiritual practice? You know, I think spirituality means different things to different people. To me, this is a platform on honing into a better version of yourself. Obviously, with a compensation plan attached to it. 3, it's just a vehicle. It's an amazing platform. So that's and I read something I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it was pretty profound. And that is saying that, you know, the world is about 80% of the world is water. It's made of water. And interestingly, 80% of a human body is made of water, liquid, right? And so how do we go about changing the world or changing our environment? And that is and that is to hone in ourselves. So for that, I have a little demo I want to show you guys. Okay. So in life, if the world or a body is 80% water, okay, I want you to picture this. This represents you, or essence of you, okay, of us. Well, this is kombucha, right? So so when we work on ourselves, when we work on our values, our core, our potentiality, human potential, when we work on ourselves, and we begin to share with other people, guess what you have done? When you hone into yourself, be the better version of yourself, or in a process of working towards that version of yourself, guess what you find? Guess what you have? By pouring yourself, because we are all connected, by pouring ourselves into this, do you know what you just done? You have just changed the chemistry of the water. So when we change ourselves and have the courage to work on ourselves, and then to go out there and share with other people, whatever that might be, whatever things of meaning, of value, of purpose, when you go out there and share with other people, guess what? You begin to change your environment. By pouring yourself into the water, I just changed, not me, but you know, that tube just changed the chemistry of this water. So I want you to think about this. You know, there's another saying that I thought was pretty profound, and I'm preparing all of this. Just sometimes, you know, audio is one thing, but with visual, the learning is more impactful. I like to keep things simple. You know, it's like look, I'm no guru. I'm a student of life and continue to be. And I love living life. And so here's the deal. This is a tea bag. Okay. So there's a saying, I love this saying. They say, you know what? Life is like a tea bag. You don't know its true color until you put into water. Voila. So whatever this color is, when you dip into it, see, the tea bag is transforming the chemistry of the water. So as you pursue in this career, in this platform, you know what? You might run into people that see it, that are so positive. Or you might run into some people that are really positive. They might not want to do it. They say, you know what? Oh, good luck to you. I'm so glad you're embarking on something. But a lot of times, this is a guarantee. A lot of times you will run into people that may not have something positive to say about what you're doing. And why is that? Sometimes they're saying that based on their own things, their old belief system, based on, might not even based on their own experience. And some might be based on their own experience, or it may be based on a projection of whatever it is. And the thing is this, when people say no to you, this is how I look at it. I'm grateful. I said, thank you. Thank you. They're like, this woman's gone nuts. I remember before when people saying no to me, and some were really nasty no's, I said, thank you. Thank you so much. They go like, my God, Kim has gone nuts. I said, no, no, no. I'm so happy that you saved me a whole lot of time. Thank you. And I'm moving on. What am I moving on? I'm moving on towards life. I'm moving on towards building my own business, building my character, and ultimately building my destiny. So this whole thing about defining your role, these things school don't teach us. I hope that you spend some time and says, you know what? The role that I get to play in life right now, are you happy with it? Do you want to change and step into something more empowering, something more meaningful? I don't know. That's something that you have to answer yourself. But that choice to choose is within you. It's within you of what you want to choose. As for myself, I'm high in life because I got the 3 factor. So I do hope that today's talk brings value to your daily practice. This is a daily practice. Building your business is a daily practice. As for myself, every single day, I work on becoming a better person. I work on becoming a more awakened human being. And so with that, I want to thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'll see you again. Again, have the bravery to define what kind of role you want to step into. See you next time.